Oh my gosh. I agree.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. The jump circle?
I can jump? What?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
What?
You see, Stanley?
That's the office. Where am I?
9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that.
Don't
If
know.
I'm truly too preachy, then... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes. Stanley! Oh, Stanley, you're back.
What? Am I? Hello?
Oh, hello. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. The end is never the end.
You stole my line. Oh no, that's not good. Please. Oh dear. Yep, that's what I was worried about. Oh. Oh wait. Ooh. Oh. Oh, whoa. Oh, this has never looked better.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
You're
it mean?
back, thank
Stanley
goodness.
decided to go to the meeting room.
Wait.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. New content. Okay.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. What's the new content? Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about
Okay.
how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The
Okay.
original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one
What
step
the heck
even
just...
further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover
2.7.
with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
This is a nice upgrade office.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
I think so.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I think I just like this first one. Oh. 2 Stanleys? Huh.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Huh. Hi. I'm here to present Stanley Parable 2. Do we go on the bus? Why is there just a bus here? Okay. Expo Hall. I like that. That looks fancy. That's a thumbnail shot if I've ever seen one. Right there. Oh, we're in lockdown now.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says my name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Oh, okay.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Awesome.
Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Wow!
Here we go.
How to
Let's take
guess
a
my
deep breath,
name.
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim,
I'm
and
Jim.
as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Oh,
Do you
wow.
feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am Jim. Jimbo.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Is there a door that I can take? Nope. Wait. Who are these people? Anyway. I'm Jim.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Would it?
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Can I press it again?
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
Jim? I wanted to be Jim. This game is obviously a lot bigger because I am lagging a bunch right now for some reason.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
But that says Jim. Clever. What's this? Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Second floor. Infinite hole. That sounds interesting. The infinite hole. It won't end. Please, no screenshots. This is the worst place to be for someone with ADHD like myself. This is the worst possible place.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Oh.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I wanted the other one. I wanted to get well someday.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're
Merch.
moving on.
It's just a shirt with stripes. This. I'm good with a bucket. I don't need a bucket. That's new! Thanks. Collectibles. I'm gonna go with the hole. I like the hole. The hole looks interesting. Falling. Time, deeper, distance, past, distance, space, time, distant, future, distance, space, time. Opening, rim, depth, infinite, surrounding area. Awesome. Infinity. Hole, hole, and very more. Hole, falling, infinity, more hole, space. It just keeps going. Can you believe it?
Stanley,
Oh.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
It's ready, I guess. Oh. Oh.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I thought it just go down.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
It doesn't.
Maybe do it on the
stops.
sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
It does stop eventually, does it? Oh, that gives me a headache.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Really?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
I know.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What
Maybe?
normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I didn't say
Why
nothing.
don't we just
Hey.
put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Nope, I
If
refuse.
that works for you,
Nope.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
False advertising, I swear. Charles, you're getting lazy. Lazier than people. Ooh. Oh, no, it's blocked off. That's right. Dang it. This music is very interesting. I like it. Is that Stanley's face? I want to see Stanley's face. Stanley? 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 Stanley! Wow, you look fantastic, Stanley. Look at you. Amazing. Alright, what's in here? Wow. Get it here. Free achievement. It just works. Pull the lever.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I want it so badly. I'm a completionist. I can't do this kind of stress. This game is worse than any that I've made. Jeez. And I've only made like one.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen
Oh,
yet?
the jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oh. I liked it. I liked the jump circle. I am here. Holy cow, there's a lot of stuff. The exit. I don't know if I'm ready to exit quite yet. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Collectibles.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
There's 6. I have to get them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I suppose we have the bucket. Sure, let's see what the bucket does. Bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Hey,
Yes,
language.
the bucket
Jeez.
is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Sure.
And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Well, thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on,
I think
don't
so.
they?
Yeah.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I just run away with this? The bucket's mine. My bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Button, this is the name of the... Okay. So I've gotten every room, I think. The jump circle, this map. Wow, that's helpful. Free achievement, or got that button that says... The button, merch, setting world champion. Where's that? Or by Z. Z is the merch. So it's across the station from the merch. Wait. Wait. Is this it? Yeah, that, I already got that. Wait, no, does that lead somewhere? Hold on. This bucket does actually make me feel very calm, surprisingly. What is up here? Setting world champion. Okay, I guess nothing. Wow, thanks. I'm leaving. This is boring. Jeez. What is this supposed to be? Oh, it's someone thinking about Stanley Parable? I guess I'm leaving. Bye. Have a good day. These arts are... I like these art. This art is very
All right.
nice.
Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I believe
Ready
so.
to move on now?
Yep. Is it G-Man? That's Stanley. Hi, Stanley. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With
Okay.
respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. This looks fun.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number
balloons!
427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Where's the bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I got it! The bucket is mine! Forget the sky. Who needs the sky? I have the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Good.
But Stanley had felt
Forget the
bucket
sky.
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Bucket. I have the bucket.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yeah. What can I
Good,
do with the bucket?
said the bucket.
Oh.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
This room? This one, right?
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
This is odd.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh, this is awesome. Wait. Oh, I'm here. Oh. I thought this was a cutscene. Oh. Bucket? Bucket, are you home? Bucket! Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press Y to take me to work with you. Yes.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
No, it's not. This is the bucket. Take me back home with you. Yes, of course.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Just getting some work done. Okay, bucket. We're gonna go back to work. Let's go.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me.
This is a lovely day
it's
at work,
just
isn't it?
a bucket.
Ah.
It can't think. It can't talk.
Bucket.
All it will ever
Look at
truly do
you.
for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
We're going back home, buddy. Oh, V, not Y. My gosh, I'm stupid.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to.
Bucket.
Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This
Bucket.
stupid hunk of metal.
Bucket. Let's keep on going through life, shall we? This looks
Sad.
fantastic.
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this
Bucket.
sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does. You're going back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Relive this same day with me over and over. Yes, Bucket. Absolutely. Let's do.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is, Charles. This is my bucket.
I'm having feelings.
Oh, power
The
outage.
bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
What?
Give it to me.
No.
Give me the bucket,
My
Stanley.
bucket.
I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Okay. Sounds good.